has a price. And all of us, well-meaning Ghanaians, must be prepared to pay that price for peace to prevail in Ghana before, during, and after the 2024 general elections. One of the ways to preserve the peace and stability of Ghana is to join hands in condemning persons who have a tendency and proclivity of compromising free, fair, and peaceful elections. With barely 18 days to the December 7 polls, the NDC is confident, 100% confident of a resounding victory if the elections are free, fair, and peaceful. This is because the NDC has a superior presidential candidate with a superior vision and message, backed by a superior proven track record. The upcoming election is a choice between a trustworthy, reliable, and honest leader in the person of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama against the dishonest, discredited, unrepentant, pathological liar and common man Alhaji Bawumia. We in the NDC have no doubt that Ghanaians will choose an honest leader who upholds the virtues of truth, decency, and candor in public life over one who is completely allergic to the truth. The December 7 polls is a choice. And listen to me carefully. Those of you who love your children, December 7 polls is a choice between a political party, the NDC, that truly believes in the promotion of proper human sexual rights and family values for the protection of the innocence of our children. And on the other hand, a political party, the NPP, that supports the promotion of LGBTQ++, hence the refusal of their leader to sign the anti-LGBTQ++ bill into law. This election is a choice between the nation builder, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, as against the failed economist, Alhaji Bawumia. It is not about violence. It is a choice between President Mahama, who bequeathed a solid economy with a stable credit rating of B-, sustainable public debt, and strong economic buffers, as compared to the failed economist Alhaji Bawumia, who has borrowed Ghana into bankruptcy and supervised the near collapse of the Ghanaian economy. Friends, our dear nation is at a crossroads and requires an urgent reset. We don't need violence. What we need is an urgent reset. Not only have the Akufo-Addo Bawumia NPP government failed to keep almost all their flagship promises to Ghanaians, but they have totally run down Ghana's economy, leading to unprecedented hardships and an ever-worsening standard of living. Ghanaians need the experience and steady pair of hands His Excellency John Dramani Mahama offers. His proven track record of sound economic management and the right transformational vision is what Ghana needs at a time such as this to steer us out of the current abyss we find ourselves. We in the NDC are convinced that Ghanaians will vote for change on December 7th. You can say amen to that. Amen. Because the people of Ghana will choose experienced, tried and tested nation builder John Dramani Mahama over the dangerous and fraudulent experiment called Alhaji Bawumia. The NPP knows this, and seeing defeat staring at them in the face, have resorted to dark and evil plans to rig the election through ballot stuffing, the swapping of ballot boxes, pink sheets, and other shady activities using willing and dangerous collaborators like Brigadier General Opoku and the 2BN commanding officer, Lieutenant Colonel Nyako Osai. Ladies and gentlemen, Ghana is all we have. Hence the NDC's unconditional commitment to peace. Anyone who plots or attempts to subvert the will of the people by undermining the sanctity of the upcoming election is an enemy of the state and must be dealt with in accordance with law. We all owe it a sacred duty to God and country to expose and stop such characters so as to ensure that the peace and democracy we enjoy today is sustained. Thank you very much for your attention, and may God bless our whole land. Do you have questions for me? I don't think you do. So, let me quickly. Okay, I see a hand. I see one hand here, one hand here. The three of you, can you come in front? We'll give you a microphone. You tell us your name, your media organization. Your media organization. Can we clear the aisle here so that they can come to the front? Let's give them that access. So your name, your media organization, you keep it brief so that we can quickly do the tree translation. Yeah, please come in front. Let's see you when you begin. Sound man, the mic, we need sound on the mic. Can you quickly do that? Okay, let's do without it. Let's do without it. Yes.
Listen, the basic question on the minds of a lot of people, more than is outside of detailing the history of this individual, you in the NDC have not provided any evidence to substantiate the claim of a ploy to rape. You say his house is a storehouse for weapons, military uniform, and some other things. There's nothing in terms of evidence that has been presented. People will make the argument simply that you're just making wild allegations against the person of the man who's risen through the ranks. Where's the evidence to back all of the things that you're saying?
Well, the accounts have an adage that goes, that says that the Oreokrano, Okaso Oberiokotoa, Yinine Chinye. To wait, the man who chews calabash, if he says that he will chew a crab, you don't have to argue with him, because there isn't much of a difference between a crab and a calabash. We have shown you the track record of the man we are talking about, Brigadier General Opoku. You all saw what happened at Ayawaso West Wogon. It was the first time in the history of Ghana that we saw so-called national security operatives wearing masks, armed to the teeth with sophisticated weapons, brazenly and openly assaulting innocent, unarmed civilians, maiming people. You saw that. Today there are some people who can't walk. They have suffered lifetime deformities because of the brutalities meted to them by those NPP hoodlums. And you heard the confession of the man. He said he takes responsibility. The Elmi Short Commission found him liable for those atrocities and recommended that he should be reprimanded. Are you not worried that the president did not implement that recommendation? And instead of, in what country can a man like this man receive a promotion from colonel to brigadier general? In what country can a man like this man be rewarded after maiming people, brutalizing people, be rewarded with the position of general officer commanding of the central command? In what country? His mere appointment is a scandal, because this is a man who should be facing sanctions and not be enjoying promotion. And as for evidence, these matters are based on credible intelligence we have picked. We know what we are talking about. Unfortunately, the NPP is in office, so they will not allow for a search to be conducted in the presence of the media at his residence. But the media, you have reporters in Kumasi. If he has nothing to hide, he should open his doors today for you to go around his house and check. If he has nothing to hide. But they are in power. The man has been rewarded. There are soldiers guarding his house 24/7, holding arms. So you don't expect that they are going to open their doors and say, come and take pictures. No. They won't do that. But we know what we are talking about. Our intelligence is rock solid, and his track record bears our assertions out. It's as simple as that. And if you doubt us, then the question is, of all the people in the military, how come that it is only this man who was found worthy of the position of General Commanding Officer for Central Command? And how come that this appointment was given to him in 2024? Why not Northern Command? Why Central? Why Ashanti region? You think it's a mere coincidence? Well, we don't think so. So Ghanaians are discerning. They can put 1 + 1 together. They can make their own judgment. But as for us, we will continue to monitor them very, very keenly, because we know and believe that the intelligence we have is rock solid. Yes.
My name is Ubek. I report for G1 TV and Star FM. So beyond this press conference, I want to find out, are you going to formally write to the CES or the Ghana Police Service to conduct an investigation?
Emphatically, yes. We will be petitioning the IGP because he's the chairman of the Election Security Task Force. We will also be drawing the attention of the CDS to these developments officially, because we are aware that he knows. But everybody is scared of the man because that is the Kufuor's darling boy. But the CDS has a responsibility to Ghanaians to act. And so we will officially be petitioning his office. But not just that. We are going to ensure that the king of the Ashanti people, who is very much interested in the peace of our nation and the peace of the processes leading to, during, and after the December 7th election. I'm talking about Otumfuo Setutu II. We will officially draw his attention to these developments, because the headquarters of the operation of this guy is Kumasi. And I know that the Otumfuo cherishes the peace that the people of Kumasi and the Ashanti region enjoy. And he will want to take an interest into this matter and call this guy to order. But not just him, our external developmental partners will also be notified. And so the observers will be notified, the foreign missions will be notified, and we are so excited. We are so excited that the Secretary of State of the United States of America not too long ago issued a notice, a circular, that anybody who tries to undermine the peace and stability of Ghana or the sanctity of the 2024 December elections process in Ghana will face sanctions from the Americans. And if there is anybody that Brigadier General Oboku fears, it should be them, because he likes to travel. He likes to travel a lot. And that is a topic for another day. So we will draw the attention to what he's doing. That is not to say that we will stop at that. No. We are going into the election with all the necessary precautions. Like Azuma Nelson, we are going with our referee in our pockets. And what we will do to make sure that they don't succeed is not a matter for public consumption. Let's continue. I believe this will be the last but one, right? So we'll take this and take the last but two. Okay, let's be quick.
Hello, everyone. So my name is Victor Carrillo, correspondent for Radio France International here in Ghana for the past 9 months. I have to repeat what the first colleague of mine asked you today. Where does intelligence come from, and at any point are you going to bring some evidence, at least to the CDS or someone to back what you're happening?
Let's take the other question.
My name is Javier Lakakeli, CMG. Aside calling on the various security agencies, what mechanism is the party putting in place to not only secure the ballot but also ensure the protection of the electorate and encourage a high turnout?
Thank you. Last one.
I want to ask if I can take 2 quick.
No, one.
My name is James Savage. I work with journalists. Mine will deviate a bit from this, but we've heard that the
MP NDC Central has withdrawn his bid as an independent candidate. Want to know if he has withdrawn to support your presidential and parliamentary candidate. Thank you.
That goes without saying.
Yes, I'm Godfrey from GBC Radio. You said the man has vowed to actually cause violence and break the election. Saying someone has vowed is very serious, and to the effect that he has even moved his family outside the country. Where did he make that vow? To whom and when?
All right, thank you. So, on Memphis Central, I think you got your answer. We are excited that the Member of Parliament for Memphis Central has made that decision. The interests of our party and the decisions of the party always hold supreme, and it's important that all members comply. And so, the party is united in Memphis Central behind the duly elected parliamentary candidate of the party, Mrs. Joanna Kujo. And I believe that Honorable Kwachiaka fully supports President Mahama as well as the candidate for the NDC for the presidential election. So you have your answer. And there was a question about whether or not we intend to present any evidence to the CDS. I believe that upon our petition being brought before the CDS and the IGP, there may be a call for further and better particulars. And at that level, we will share the details of our intel with them. These kind of security intelligence are not matters that you share on TV and radio. But when we meet them, when they give us that audience, we are happy to share that with them. Because we need to, in the public domain, at least protect our sources. So that is what I can say. And I think that same answer also applies to the last question we had as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a summary of the press conference we did today. I'm going to do a brief translation in the Akan language, and I want to plead with you to bear with us. Just keep your cameras and microphones in position. It will be done in the next 5-7 minutes. But let me say this finally before we draw the curtains down on the English presentation. You all, as media men, have a role to play in this year's election. You are the fourth estate of the realm, and you should be interested in the peace and stability of Ghana, and in the sanctity, the credibility of the electoral process. You've seen this man. Once upon a time, 2019, Colonel Michael Opoku, today Brigadier General Michael Opoku. So you have a conscience, and you have your own ethics of your profession. Ask yourself whether this man is fit to be the General Officer Commanding of the Central Command of the Ghana Armed Forces. Ask yourself if he is even fit to wear the uniform he's wearing today, given the atrocities he supervised against innocent civilians at Ayawaso West Wuogon, and the recommendations of the Short Commission on Same. I believe that every reasonable man will agree with us that this man is a threat to the peace and stability of Ghana, and a threat to peaceful elections in Ghana. And he must be held accountable for the atrocities he has already committed at Ayawaso West Wuogon, and not rewarded with such a critical position. And so for us as a political party interested in having a credible election, a peaceful election, and like I said, our commitment to Ghana having a peaceful election is unconditional. And that is why we are saying this guy should be nowhere near the security architecture for this country, because he represents a very dangerous threat to peaceful elections and the stability of Ghana. And so it now behoves on you to inform your audience out there and the people of this country by extension, and to ask the right questions for the right people, specifically President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who is his appointor and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, to provide us with the necessary answers. Now, Abusuafo, ene ensentrofo nhyiamu ayeye, asɛm tofa bomu nyina ne sɛ, aka ena edunwotwe 18 days ne yebeto aba. NDC egusu a yebɔ ntoa na yenhyehyɛ pa a yewo ma ɔman Ghana no, yɛde mu nkyiri mu ma Ghana fo, because yenim sɛ abatwe mu hia ɛwɔ sɛ yɛma Ghana fo ehu de NDC amanyuku ne John Dramani Mahama woma won no mugine no so de to aba amanyuku abato ayeto yi abato ehia e wo se ya asumdwe ye mpe pintin ene oye ne bia wo Ghana free 92 I started to aba e mu se yenya how kakra de be Ghana mfi na bia ya abato ya asumdwe a ama ye dimpa e wa bibrim ni wiase nyina enti afi so ye hwese obia be ye de wo so ye na bibia ya jojo bibia ya asumdwe ne ye beto aba na wie no na yes amanyoku NDC edi nkunim de be na Ghana fo nyina ye di nkunim na ye ni age na ye bose because abato no ayasumdwe ama de Ghana fo peno no wadi nkunim ba yegusu a ye bonto ya na ye nya na sutiri se owura bia ye friend Brigadier General Michael Opoku emprempren a ye ka sei ohwe asoja fo adwuma yiku ni mu a position kese ewom a ye friend no General Commanding Officer for Central Command Ashanti Region and the areas under the Central Command of the military no papa ile dano na NPP fo abone pa mene mo ka sei onam kana na kwanso eboa NPP say on 2nd December special voting day any December 7th a yebeto aba no omode patapa any frakadam ebiwi aba ni mu e de ama NPP fo na asemo ayeka no enye se ye ni nyina so mpanyin se asemo eni adanse na yetwa asem ne fa bi ne ye de adanse ure ya ayeka na aseni enye nne ene yebete ne ho asem o Ghana in 2019 no ye colonel our director of operations for national security emra yekoto ayawa so west ogon by elections e you rei as amre ne friend Colonel Michael Opoku ono ne fa NPP titira for vigilante for omo penyi ye friend double na omo atuo epempam national security ntare share omo esan so mo.
So you've been watching a live news conference from the headquarters of the NDC addressed by the party's communication officer, Sami Jemfi, and the party is alleging, among others, a scheme by the NPP spearheaded by the General Commanding Officer for the northern sector of the country for the Ghana Armed Forces, Brigadier Michael Opoku Ajimam. And the claim by the NDC is that he's been contracted by the NPP to undertake what they describe as manipulation of the electoral process in December, and they are drawing the attention of the Chief of Defense Staff and of course the IGP to this scheme that they describe, that they say that they've uncovered. The evidence, they have shared some with the media person who are covering this press conference, but they say that they will advance some of the evidence that they have also to the IGP and the CDS, and they are demanding that this military officer is removed from his position as the man in charge of the northern sector, the middle sector of this country, under the auspices of the Ghana Armed Forces. So this is a claim of the NDC. We'll take a short break and return with more here on The Pulse.
Yabatui unkunkum nipa mo emprepare nipa mo oya ni Brigadier General kwa no mane so wa kenye ya sesei mfimfiri mantemu a Ashanti region Kumasi to be precisely omo capital Central Command soja fo ewo nyina no ono ne do no General Officer Commanding ono ne omo commander na afia yekoto abeya July ya ene ye decide libre ne ye den ema in NDC for the year can say any mere coincidence. Eye buapaye and she say NPP for I say the ore ye ma omo aya was west for go no onko ye bi ma omo e wa batu awu mu titiru e wa santimentemu a ene asrafo wo ho nyina no ono ne da wona no na intelligence ayenya from our sources in the military chese ene kwa sochuare a enche ye kwa pictures ba bonte NPP vigilantes are omu training omu like they did in 2016, like they did in 2020. All those vigilantes are ye training omu no papa we omase no moshe. Adanse ne simple. Double omu ne sa vigilantes no mu kodi ehurikasem wo aya waso west gone. We saw their pictures e was sochore wa ye training omu. When are your master? This same man, Brigadier General Opoku, at the time Colonel. And that is why I don't know the share national security. And it's the same person training them. And now we can fear Wukumasia. So Jantaria, Wapaki Guho, Etuo, Wapaki Bebregu. Ballot papers are NPP for printing illegally. Wapaki Guho. Pink sheets, Wapaki Guho. Say about 1 minute swan. Now, omo so mo dintwa, omo dintitira sem. NPP vigilante for yebe shisho muso jatare. No mako police station akoboa pamo NDC agents and your supporters. Ya bo omo prepare omo na ya pamo omo a. Na je say omo sesa ballot papers. Na je say omo ya ballot staff omo timi the ballot papers be bregu adaka ni. Omo sesa pink sheets ayadi omo pe. Because that is the modus operandi of Brigadier General Opoku. The winimi ya no. Na bosho omodi ashen ne se o te said the oye ayawa so west for gondia na ya tu ni post mu from Colonel called Brigadier General no so timi ye we mo mo a o mesa so to the post mu every general commanding officer for Central Command o memma na ye chief of defense staff asoja fu nyina peni and they say papa no wadane no ho MPP fu soldier MPP financier okwa sentimental a nim semwa yenyina yenim a wono na stress catch say ama MPP for some mfanye campaign na ene ya make say wonim de obeyinti ode na busuafo nyina akotena buruchire ena one MPP for plan say na kakrake starting from special voting day omo de basabasa ye ebeba abatu onimu no mafasa akwa no so de awia ba nti ene ye frame say yi masotiri waye ne hu ntadu akire ena chama wuntumi ena wode nanimoje wuntumi is nobody when it comes to the election rigging architecture of the NPP ono na no wedenti de nanim atu animo the real master brain o share chire eye papa ya odaso adwen papa bia ni niti adwen papa bia ni niti o ye nipa omo nim ne ka chire wa epo a wa bobone a wa boso obedi no so Ghana I was saying, "Why you share pa?" Na NDC for there. Yedi di omadi di omu ye bi onyaminti. Ni papa pa omo do so wo asoja fuomu and here yamu asoja for abaso. Because do na no the ekoso yo mo mpene so. Almost 100% of them obia pese abato no eya asomdwe. Eye nipa binum ti sei eno mayo madwen so mbi yusu soja atare akwa NPP vigilante fo abehye soja atare no mo dia ba be basabasa ye ntia soja fo omo boy ho ban omo ye omadwuma kwampa so etuchema wo na Brigadier General Opoku no dia wai na adwen se omo man hudo hia no no dia de akufu ado ne NPP fo pe no be ye abato nwiamu basabasa ye no ede nani mo twen no ayawa so west for gone nipo go pray from no John Mahama ne NDC aka. It is in our manifesto. Crime has no expiry date. Ombibu akonta. Na soche mapa ye de bema womo. Inti ona le hoso. Na epoboni oma bose afi omube wi abani mu de. Ebeka omutim because enye adwuma ne enye adwuma china. Ye ni didi omo ye ni nyina echi. Na ye de nhyehyɛ pa agu kwan mu a ye de bo ballot boxes ho ban. Yade pe polling agents omunim de no mo wakukudro no mbitumi ahwe ama about wo bibia ye kama about wo de e ya adwenkyere enye ntokwa nti saban we free say wa ye adwuma oma Ghana asumdue mra na Ghana fo nya kwan to aba no kwaye omope ye to ade wawe ni bia no na obi age atum na ye de wogidie say sabato no ya asumdue a ono kwafo impuntunwuma wura nation builder John Dramani Mahama obedi nkunim NPP bonimsa enunti ena ye campaign nyina no omo de omafa kuntunu ase a omo bopo boni enti enne enframa ba makokoto ada ho Brigadier General Michael Opoku a no free so de ne ho asie na wuntumi na etoto ayampie nti ofisi ye ni gina wuntumi so no da bi ye nim ne pa na ye ni di nachi enti de wo ye bia no onkan hu se abana wodua no enche aka 18 days obetwa na nya ba so a ebe nyina afefe na one na pamfo ma boss apobo ne nyina no we hold them accountable bebi ani wa ombitimi adwane akọ enti ekurase maka menwe omopa omunyae na omunyae ma IGP ene ya police fo a eyo omo asede se omobo ban e wa abatu mu no omomo ban na bibi anya asundwe sa abatu ahobambo no mu koye den na oye ne bi asi baabi ni ehia reinforcement from a soldier for an fire service. I know the IGP ankasa be basa owura we ya okoye hurikasem ko di bone kese wa ya waso west wogo ne de oye nipa huriye empanity muda enti yempeno anywhere close to afia battle agufo ado de ka de enkra wo nyine di because I'm short kan ekra no wantie but say yen nyine di mpo a owura da mpare wo na wo ye IGP a abatoi ahobambo nyina hye wonsa emwe bi a wo hia firi amanyoku awodo e wo Ghana ho ya ye ya adwen se ye beboa na wodwumatimi akoso te say the sin of wo ye ma bibia ya asundwi a ye nyina ye bo wa abaso no owura da mpare ye hwese wo be ya ma bibia aya asundwi enisa wotena ho ma papei ene ne NPP vigilante se fa mra hye wonsam ye de ensem fata ye koye sa na wanhwe ya na ede basa ye ene eba yewura John Mahama ne NDC so nya sa ne ye pe no asundwie nko an ye pe se ne be ya bato ne bibia be kama na de Ghana fo epe yewura John Dramani Mahama ne NDC no ya be fo mei apejo mei amo mei afa ne tuma pefra nti ye frame wa na de wo no ye da munyina mo sesema my best
All right, thank you very much, and we also acknowledge all the media houses who took this press up live. Kindly wait here, we'll come back and attend to you. Thank you.
Good, I go.